Today we began a new Bible study, diving into the book of Job. And I can hear a collective, oh God, I can't do that. I just can't go there. I'm already there. I can't even work through my own suffering, much less spend any time studying it. It's just too much. It's just too raw. It's just too real. For some of us, we are at the end of what we would define as pandemic. We might call where we are endemic. We might call this time a season of figuring it out for ourselves. I still have colleagues who are contracting COVID. I have friends who are actually very sick with COVID. And it continues to be a strange time, a time of having to inform oneself, and also a time for what I think of as thoughtful precaution in caring for others. In some ways, I'm asking myself the questions, what do we do now? What is next for us? I think any question about moving forward, about what the future looks like, must begin with what does it look like now? Because now is relevant. Now is relevant where we are in this moment matters to where we go from here. At the beginning of the second chapter of the book of Job, we find him sitting in his ashes, sitting in ashes, the dust of all that has been his losses, dust that has just come from so much sorrow and so much grief and loss. And right now I'm sitting in the chapel of St. Luke the Physician here on our campus, sitting in my own sorrow and my own loss and your sorrow and your loss. And I come here daily to acknowledge the pain of loss for me and for you, and the loss that is all around us in the world. I feel like it's important to give voice to the experience of collective grief and to be present in it, not considering what the future holds and not really even considering what has been lost, just being present. And as people who follow Jesus, people who are seeking to become more empathetic, more compassionate, I feel like this is something each of us should consider working on as we're asked to offer that empathy and compassion to people who are stuck in places that are very painful, where the past and the future are just too much to bear, are too much to look at, too frightening to contemplate. So what do we do now? What is next? Well, we're all in the midst of grieving together what has been and what we have lost. It's a time of making meaning of the grief, first by processing what we grieve, and then by giving of ourselves in ways that repair a world that needs to experience love. Here at St. Anthony on the Desert, we have a way of transforming grief into joyful living, and we call it Walking the Mourner's Path. It's a ministry grounded in prayer that seeks to answer the question, where is God in my pain? And we've partnered with faith communities all around the country to help them, to reach out to their own communities and to those who are grieving, not only in their church, but also in their neighborhoods. And in September, we will be hosting a facilitators training here in Scottsdale. And I pray that you will pray with me. And I pray that you will pray for me and the other participants. I will be praying and I will be participating as well. Because I believe in the importance of grieving. And I also believe that God's intentions for us are to be people of joy and people who are healed, people who are healing, people who are taking that healing into the world and through that healing, offering healing to others. Walking the Mourner's Path is a place to come in our pain authentically and vulnerably, a place to come together and to join our hearts and join our hands so that we can do together what we cannot do alone. I pray you will join us in prayer, and as we develop our own program here at St. Anthony, that you will come and seek the healing powers of the living God.